Okay, Cale, this is your sweet ass
Wait, it says
bike.
mute.
Mute?
Right
No,
there.
that's to mute it. If you want to
Okay,
mute
sorry.
it.
Go.
Okay. All right, Cale, Mom's got over the technical difficulties. This is your sweet ass bike that I customized. You'll see that I busted a front and rear brake. Sweet Forte handles, looks very clean.
Okay.
Put pedals on, which you're going to love. They're comfortable. Got rid of the cages. They have little grippers on it. Plus, when you have to come to a quick stop, you can take your feet off the pedals and then hit both brakes simultaneously, and they'll stop very, very quick. Put a sweet front and rear light on. I put a nice comfortable pedal with an opening here for your gooch, so you're not going to get sore. Okay, so in order to pack this bike in a water bottle with a cage for you, bud. How sweet is that? So when I pack this bike, I'm going to have to put it in a small box. So I got to take off the front and rear wheel, and I've got to take off the pedals. Take off the pedals and take off the handlebars. So you're going to have to put this together. It seems a little more difficult than it is. Oh, I'm also going to have to remove the seat. Okay, so let's talk about putting back the wheels, okay? But actually, let's talk about the front here. Kelly, come over here. In order to take off the handlebars, I have to take off these two Allen wrench screws here. Okay, so you got to take off these two. I'm going to provide you the tool, so you're not going to have to hunt for them, okay? So when I take off this clamp here, this is going to come off, and I'm going to kind of tie it close to the bike here so that you don't have to put any. All you have to do is put this back on and put this clamp on here, okay? And snug it down tight.
Move your fingers. Don't
crank on these too tight because you'll break them. Just go down snug to where this doesn't rotate. If you noticed on your thing, I twisted these bars up a little bit so that you have nice grips for climbing here, okay? I'm going to take off the two nuts here, and this wheel's going to come off. If you look here, you have to open up the brake lever here. Do you see how I open it up? It widens the brake pad so that you can slide the wheel off. So you're gonna put two nuts back on, and then close this up right here on your brakes after you're done. Okay? You're gonna do the same to the rear wheel, Cale. You're gonna have to use two nuts here on either side, but you also have a chain to deal with. And your problem with your chain coming off was that the chain slack was too much. So the way you take up the slack in the chain is you have to pull the wheel to the rear as hard as you can while you tighten these two nuts here.
He might need another person to help him.
Yeah, maybe. You'll have to deal with it.
Easy.
The hardest thing to do on this bike, Cale, on the rear wheel, is to get this tire centered between the frame. If you tighten one too much, it's cocked. So when you tighten these, you're going to have to make sure this wheel is perfectly centered in your frame and in the brake pads. And the way you know it's okay is when you turn the wheel, it doesn't rub or stop on the brake pads, okay? On the pedals, I'm going to give you a wrench to undo, to tighten up the pedals. Now, one side is a reverse threads, which is very tricky, but I'm going to label the side. In other words, in order to tighten the pedal on, you'll have to do it counterclockwise on the turn, which tightens it, which is the opposite of normal screws. The other side is normal, so I'll label that. So when you get the bike, and then the seat, you'll have one Allen wrench. You've probably done this. You loosen this a little bit. It's a clamp. The seat will slide up and down, and you're able to put the right height.
Wait, do that again. Slide up and down.
You'll slide up and down. I'm
okay.
Sure you're good at this, Cale. And you do the right height, and then you need to center this so it's not cocked, and then you tighten it. You should be able to do that.
I'll center that so it's not cocked, okay, honey?
So that's it. When you get the bike, give me a call when you're going to get ready to put it together, and we can Skype, and I can help you put your bike together. It's an awesome bike. I've been riding it, actually, and you're going to enjoy it, bud. Okay, see you later.